What is up, everyone? Don't you know it is the one and only Monoman01 here. Hello, Pro Evolution. I am doing a tutorial for you guys on DuelingNetwork because it was requested by Mr. I just run through because I know some of you are quite new to the whole Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling Online experience, and we're going to be using DuelingNetwork quite a bit in some of the tournaments. So we all thought, all of our admins on the site thought that it would be appropriate for you to see kind of how it works, because it's all done manually compared to automatically on other sites such as Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro and DevPro, which we currently are using. So I'm just going to exit here for you. Hello, I'm Monoman01. Yeah, I'm logged in as Monoman01. Just going to click on log out really quickly just to show you how you guys sign up. To sign up, what you do is you click register here. And you're just going to type in a name, so Superman99, your password, and an email address. I'm just going to use my old one, even though I'm signed up already. And then you just click the register button. Now I'm already registered, so I don't need to click the register button, but that will just basically, you want to get an email confirmation, then you just click the link, and then what you do is you sign up using your username, so, and then your password, and you're just going to click login here. So as you can see, I'm logged in as Monoman. I'm just going to click now on Duel, and you're just going to come into this main site. You've got all your basic, this is navigation of the whole site, to be honest. You got your deck constructor and Dueling, which is the main two that you want. We're just going to go into deck constructor really quickly. It's exactly the same pretty much as in DevPro and Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro with your searches, because I like Verily. I'm just going to type in Lily here, and you're just going to type in the name and it will come up. There you go, one of these, and you just drag and drop, to be honest. You've got all your decks here, like I've got loads. And you can just like set as the you can just play around with it, to be honest. It's so easy to use. You've got your siding and your extra deck. It doesn't really need me to go through it. It's just drag and drop, and you've got your filters on and off here. You could type in effects, and that will just narrow it down to just these two cards. If you're typing in that, or you could just you could just press enter, and you've got different cards. You just scroll through to select what you want. As you can see, it's just all really simple, just like drag and drop off as well. And you can just, what I said, save deck. It's basic. So I'm just going to exit that. The duel is a bit more complicated. You've got different things. You've got advanced rated, advanced unrated, traditional unrated, and if you click the arrow, you've also got unlimited. The only two that we'll probably be focusing on in Pro Evolution is these two. The advanced rated is your gain ranking and your gain experience from that. The advanced unrated is more for friendly duels and for tournaments. This is what we'll be using more in tournament setups. So you'll be hosting here, and people will be challenging you. With the advanced unrated, you've got language, you've got format, and you've got dual type, match single. You just click join pool, and pretty much instantly you'll find a match. It says partner found, and you just go ready up, and that will take you into the game. Advanced unrated, you can, so I'm just going to say pro rev, and I'm just going to host a match here, and just people will host matches, and I'll come up here somewhere. Like if I type in the filter Monoman, see I come up there, and someone will just click on me, and then I can just click accept user, and then that will take me through into a game. So there's nothing really much else to it. On the main site, as you can see, someone's said that they'll challenge me by double clicking on the name. But that's pretty much it for the main site. I'm going to take you into a duel in a second just to show you how to activate effects and stuff like that. But no, it's all pretty much simple. And now on to the game. Welcome to a typical Dueling Network setup. The first thing I'd like to say is that everything is actually done manually in the duels, except for drawing. Showing your hand, shuffling your hand is all done manually just by clicking these buttons. I've got to show you shuffle and show your hand. What I've done here is I went into a duel, and I've just quit just so I can show you this tutorial. So it's not actually me playing anyone, but it should work all the same. Ignore what's in my hand. This is just I've just taken a cross section of kind of cards that you should or you might be running. So in the extra deck, I've got just a few cards that you might see being played, some XYZ, some synchros and stuff like that, so it's all good. So with the so as you can see, it's just like it's all manual. As you can see, that you've got lots of options here. To ST, we'll put it to the spelling trap. Reveal will obviously reveal it to your opponent. To bottom of deck, banish, to double fit. It's all basically simple. And I'll just say I had this hand to start with. Okay, so what I want to do is probably summon Rabbit, because Rabbit is awesome. So what I do is I normal summon it, and if you want to go for the effect, which obviously you do, you type in effect in the chat like that. And what you've got to do then is you've got to wait for your opponent to either say okay or respond with like a Vela or a Maxi or something. Or you wait 5 seconds, and if they don't respond, then you can obviously it's all manual, so you obviously just click banish, and then you go to the deck here, and you'll just click view deck. And then you'll take, I've got 2 vanillas here of Gladiator Beast, because just why not? You take the 2 Gladiator Beasts and just press special summon attack and special summon attack again. And then for overlaying, I've got 2 which I can't overlay for, but what you do is just click overlay here, as you can see, and then you can go for like whatever you want in the extra deck. You just even though this doesn't really work out, you can just click overlay attack or overlay defense, and it will overlay it automatically for you. So just to show you like that, I'll just put that back to extra. The other thing is with phase 1, it is good to click on these. So your draw phase, after you draw, then it go into your standby phase, end of standby phase, go into your main phase 1, then click on battle phase. And then in the battle phase, obviously I can't attack at the moment, but if I was in battle phase, that's the only time that you see the option to attack or attack directly. Life point deduction and adding, you just click on this to minus or add, and you're going to just manually type in how many life points. As you can see, it goes down here, and then you can just add. So if you say your opponent activated upstart, you just gain 1,000. It's all relatively simple. You've got your counters here, you've got your tokens, you've got your dice roll and your heads or tails. Tokens, you just click on them, they'll special summon. The counters are really useful for if you just want to keep charge of. I've actually got a gateway in my hand, so for example, if it was my turn, I wanted to activate gateway and then I summon Kizan. What you do then is, because gateway gains 2 Bushido counters, you just manually do it. It's all relatively simple. And then obviously to activate its effect, so if I activate this effect, 2 counters to gain 500 on Kizan I wanted, then I just remove 2 here. And then what you could do is, so you know which one you're targeting, you just put a counter on there, so you know that's got 500 attack gain. Or it doesn't actually change the attack or defense. You obviously have to keep that in your head. And if your opponent forgets, it's always good to just say, Kizan at 2200 attack, just to keep your let your opponent know, because they might think that it's still at 1800, and then you're going to come into trouble when you're entering battle phase, something like that. There's not an option here, but if you do run into problems such as cheating or the other guys taking so long going AFK, then you can call admins. Not sure if you people are aware, but the admins are the people in the green or the orange. You can just PM the admin saying that you've got a problem as well, and they usually do respond quite quickly. It depends on how many people are online and such. So that really explains the counters. The tokens I've used Scapegoat to demonstrate tokens. I'm just going to bring also Gold Sarcophagus to my hand to show you how tokens can work, because it's kind of hard to keep track because there's no obviously timers in this game. So sometimes it's hard to keep track of when you activate an effect, like Gold Sarcophagus, which requires 2 turns, and usually you'd see like a timer appear just to remind you that it's 1 out of 2, and then it's already automatically added, but there's no such system in here, so I'm going to show you how it's useful. Let's just send these 2 to grave for the moment, and we'll just set the Scapegoat and then send Gateway to the graveyard. So say if you wanted to activate Scapegoat when your opponent was attacking, what you do is you type, you don't have to type anything, you just, as they're attacking, you just activate that, and then you want to just click 4 tokens and just summon them, and then you just remove them when they get attacked. It's all relatively simple. It's nothing too complex. It's just everything's manual except the drawing, and except your drawing is auto, and your draw phase you don't need to worry, and shuffle and show hand is there. You can view extra deck and view your opponent's graveyard, even though my opponent has nothing there at the moment. Another good way to use the counters is if you're keeping track of something like Gold Sarcophagus. So use Gold Sarcophagus, you then view the deck, obviously, because it's all manual, and you just choose a card that you want to banish, and wait 2 turns. So say we're going to take Cyber Dragon, so we'll just banish Cyber Dragon, and then in each of your standby phases afterwards, you could just add a counter on. You just got to remember that it can't be destroyed. Or the other thing you could do is which what I prefer is you could send that to the graveyard. You can activate this, which is a token, and you send it to ST, and then you just add the counters onto token. The same can be said for Reckless Greed, which brings me on to one more thing, which is that if you're going to activate stuff like Reckless Greed, which causes you to skip your next two draw phases, so you activate it and then you'll draw two, obviously after one turn's passed. And then what you will need to do is you need to click off of auto draw for 2 turns, and the same can be done. You can put a token here and you can just wait 2 turns. If you don't click auto draw off, it will automatically draw you a card, which you probably don't want to do, because then it gets into problems, because you have to send it back to the top of your deck and you have to shuffle and your opponent might call you cheat and blah blah blah. So to make sure you click auto draw off if you're using stuff like Reckless Greed. Other stuff such as flip effects, so say you've got a spy and they want to attack, and they attack into a spy, you flip it up and then you say effect. Again, you have to, every time you activate effect, you have to say an effect, just in case they're going to respond with like a Maxi or a Veiler in hand. And again, when they're typing effect in, that's the time, if you have a Veiler in hand, just send it to the grave and just say just say, and then if you have a Veiler, you just say Veilered or something like that. But no, you need to, so that's just if it's getting attacked. And then if you want to actually flip it, you go flip summon, and then you just will search. I've got another spy here, so I'm just going to summon it in defense mode. And this is actually where you can overlay, like you can click that one on that one, you just target them. It's just click and drop really. And I've got a Beetle because I love Beetle. And then if you want to activate Beetle's effects here on weird mix having gladiators with spies, but with gravekeepers. But you know, if you want to activate his effect, what you'll do is just type in effect. Again, everything's manual, and you'll just detach a spy. And then because this effect, you're going to target one other face up, so you want to put another counter on it just to say that that is the card that you're targeting, so there is no doubt that is the card that you want to target. Other things that I want to run through are searching effects such as gadget. So you normal summon gadget and you'll just go for effect. Again, you're typing an effect. You get the idea, and you're just going to view your deck and you're just going to add a green gadget, which I have in here. You're just going to add that to hand. So yeah, the last thing that I want to say, which is quite specific to gladiator beasts, with contact fusing, fusing, yeah, contact fusing. So I have a face up gladiator beast bestiari and an Andal. So I want to make contact for like gladiator beast Gazarus. So what I have to do is I have to beforehand, you have to type in contact into the chat just to say that you're going to use that. So you send both of them to the top of deck like this. Then you'll shuffle your deck, obviously, and then you click view, and you're going to just special summon beast, and then you can use its effect to target. Like you can click on your opponent's cards, although you can't see any. You just click. So if they have 2 sets here, you just click there, just to show that those are the 2 that you're targeting. At the end of the battle phase, again, you're just going to put that back to extra, and then you can summon your 2 gladiator beasts. So I've only got these in my deck at the moment, but you get the idea. So it's all pretty simple. I don't think there's much that I've missed out, to be honest. I think I've covered about everything. If there is something else, I mean, I did have a Chimera tech in there, but it's literally just sending the, if you have machines face up, I'll just summon that for this. So you're just going to send these 2 to graveyard, and you're just going to summon Chimera tech. What I like to do with Chimera tech is, because it's going to have 2,000 attacks of Cyber Dragon and 1 gadget, you're just going to put 2 counters on there just to remind me and my opponent. And you can also write Chimera tech at 2,000, and that will just remind you and the opponent that it has 2,000 attack. That's something I like to do. Not many people do it, but it helps keep track of where you're at. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry the tutorial has taken so long. If you've got any more questions, obviously you can PM me or one of the other admins or moderators on the forums. You can also comment on this video if you want me to run over anything in more detail. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and see you all soon.